There are numerous types of batteries for the ever-expanding vehicle market, and it's imperative that we know how to best maintain and look after each one. Before we jump into this module, are there any battery hazards that we need to look out for? If so, what are they? There are several hazards that must be addressed. Firstly, the battery contains sulfuric acid, which is extremely corrosive and can cause damage to a wiring harness, the vehicle's paint, and even us. Electrical hazards can occur during the removal or installation of a battery. A spanner or ratchet may short between the two posts or the vehicle's body, causing fireworks, burn marks, and damage to the tool or terminals. Most automotive batteries produce hydrogen. This is an extremely explosive gas that occurs during a charge cycle. If the battery is not in a well-ventilated area during this cycle and is producing large quantities of gas, there's a chance the battery could explode if exposed to any sparks or naked flame. So, to best protect ourselves from these hazards, we need to make sure we wear the correct safety gear, such as glasses and rubber gloves. And if we're wearing any jewellery, don't forget that gold and silver are great conductors. It needs to be removed prior to testing, servicing, or recharging the battery. When performing preliminary inspections on a battery, there are certain things that we need to look out for. We need to make sure the battery tray is tight, corrosion-free, and that the battery itself has been fastened correctly. Look for any damage, leaks or cracks in the battery case. Ensure the breathers and vent tubes aren't blocked or kinked. Is there any white or blue crystallised lead sulfuric acid forming on any of the terminals? Do the battery cables and terminals appear to be in a serviceable condition? Inspect the hydrometer if fitted and check the cell condition, but remember, it's only checking one cell. Something you may not be aware of is that newer model vehicles are now using battery current sensors to provide detailed electrical current flow to the ECM. This sensor is used on vehicles with smart charging and auto stop-start systems. If the sensor was missing, incorrectly fitted, or disconnected, not only would it set a fault code, but may also cause charging and starting issues. Another important check that often gets overlooked is the type of battery fitted. On some newer model vehicles, this information is crucial to the charging system. Fitting a gel cell battery to a calcium system will affect the starting and charging ability for that vehicle. For the correct battery to vehicle listing, refer to the OEM's website or a trusted battery supplier. Now that we're confident the correct battery is fitted to the vehicle, we need to make sure the ECM knows this information as well. Some control modules need to know the type of battery fitted, so it can charge the battery correctly. If there was a correlation issue here, the battery may not charge properly. There are several tests that we can perform on our battery. One test that's quick and easy is a surface discharge check. This is looking for any plate material that may have evaporated and settled on top of the battery case. Grab your multimeter and set it to volts. Place the black lead on the negative terminal and the red at different locations around the battery upper case. Anything higher than half a volt will require the battery to be cleaned using bicarb soda mixed with water. The next check we must perform is a voltage drop test between the battery terminal and post. With your multimeter set to volts, place the red lead on the negative terminal and the black lead on the negative post. With the engine cranking, a reading greater than 0.1 of a volt indicates excessive resistance between the post and terminal, requiring the removal of the battery terminal for inspection and cleaning. Don't forget, this test must be carried out on both positive and negative. Remember these? Using a hydrometer to measure the specific gravity is still a valid test to perform on a conventional battery. When testing, look for a specific gravity reading of 1.270 on a fully charged cell. One test we can't forget about is a battery load test. Nowadays, battery load testers come in a variety of models and styles, making them more affordable than ever, so every workshop should own at least one. And last but not least, we could even use a battery state of charge meter. These sophisticated devices can perform a wide range of tests. Some may even support e-printing, which is a great way to show the customer the condition of their battery, and perhaps help sell a new one. Battery terminals and posts must be cleaned every service. Debris and corrosion can be easily removed using a terminal brush. If while cleaning the terminals we find damage that can't be repaired, then they will need to be replaced. Ensure the new battery terminals are the correct size and type for that post. During the inspection of the battery, if we notice that the battery cables look to be frayed or had missing shielding, then they will need to be repaired or replaced. The electrolyte level should be checked routinely in a conventional battery. Remove all the fill caps and check to see if the level is above the plate material. If not, using distilled or demineralised water, fill each cell to the level indicator above the battery plates. Do not top up with straight sulfuric acid, as this will upset the ratios and damage the cells. Once we have finished the service on our battery, we can then lightly coat the battery terminals with a corrosion inhibitor. This helps prevent acid buildup. There's a large variety of chargers on the market. These will range in cost and quality. A simple charger might be an automatic single-stage type, or a complex version which may require us to manually input the battery's details such as type, size, and the charge mode. Before we recharge a battery, it's crucial to know if it's a gel, calcium, flooded, or AGM type. Selecting a calcium charge mode for a sealed lead-acid battery will not charge the battery effectively and may cause damage to the cells. This is why it's important to select the correct charge mode. The battery must be in a well-ventilated area prior to connecting to a charger. If the battery is left in the vehicle, is there enough airflow to remove any produced hydrogen? This answer will dictate where the battery is charged. Ensure the mains power and ignition is switched off. Connect the battery charger leads to the terminals and switch the mains power back on. This is done to prevent any sparks. Turn the charger on and select the type of battery to be charged. Depending on the charger, a solid green light may indicate charging is complete. To disconnect from the battery, turn the charger off and unplug from the main power supply. Now it's safe to remove the leads. Again, this is done to prevent any unwanted sparks. A battery load test should be carried out to ensure the battery has accepted the charge. If it fails, it's time for a new one. Don't assume the battery fitted to the vehicle is the correct one. Always refer to the OEM for the correct battery type, or refer to a vehicle application chart before replacement. Once we have the new battery, confirm it's the correct one by cross-referencing part numbers, the CCA rating, post size and polarity. Prepare the battery for installation by ensuring the electrolyte level is correct if possible. Attach any vent tubes and give the battery post a thorough cleaning. With the battery placed on the tray, install the mounting brackets, then connect the positive terminal, followed by the negative. We can now apply some anti-corrosive grease or spray to the terminals to prevent unwanted corrosion. Remembering back to our preliminary inspection, some vehicles will require a module to be updated with the new battery details. Once that's done, make sure we reset anything with a volatile memory, such as clocks, radio stations, memory seats, and window pinch limits. Before we give the vehicle back to the customer, if the battery was replaced due to repeat discharge, we would need to make sure the charging system is working. The old battery should be placed in a bunded area to prevent corrosive spill while waiting to be recycled. Throughout this module, we've looked at the best way to service, test, and recharge an automotive battery. As always, be alert and methodical when using this equipment. Thanks for watching. See you soon.